My next project, a Ruger 1022 with a heavy barrel and a scope that will not be on it. This needs some color. It needs to be painted differently. So, we're going to follow this process while this gun gets painted and gets made to look much different. Now, one of the things that has to happen to it, of course, is that much of the internals need to be taken out in order to keep the paint out of the action and to keep it sealed up so it will operate correctly. So, let's get started with it. Okay, here's our rifle set up. It has been stripped down, the internals have been taken out, bolt, trigger group, and magazine release has been taken out. We've masked off the areas of the grip panels here where there is checkering. To keep the paint from getting in here, we're going to go ahead and leave those black. We've taken the muzzle thread protector off and masked off the barrel so it won't get any paint in it. We'll take care of the muzzle thread protector separately, which is down here. We also have the butt pad taped off. Some areas to note: we have the ejection port here, which I have masked off in a manner that's going to leave some silver showing on the inside, but I didn't want to try to risk spraying in there, so I'll touch that up with a brush later. I'm sure there's going to be some places that need to be brushed off. The trigger, the hole through which the trigger sticks has been masked off. That was a real pain. And the magazine well and release cutouts have been masked off. Now this is hanging up here. Going to have to spray around my hanging mechanism, but that's going to be just a little something we gotta watch for. Take diligence to be able to paint it, but we've got to paint the whole thing. Now, one of the interesting factors about this is that with the colors I wish to paint this with are kind of bright colors, and and they all require a base coat of white. So the very first step is to paint the entire rifle white, so that the paint colors will show up. It's going to be a nice bright colored rifle. Now, there's also one more thing. I did not mask off the hole for the safety. That's going to get some overspray in it. I'm not going to directly paint it, but it's going to get some spray in it, so that's going to have to be cleaned up with a brush, probably a bore brush, when I get to the cleanup phase. But we're all prepped up. We've got it degreased and masked off and ready to go. So let's mix up our Duracoat here.
Nice light, get it all shaken up. This is going to take quite a bit, so I'm going to actually mix up most of a container here, and I'm hoping that I only have to do one to get it completely covered. And this is 1.5 ounce spray container, paint cup, and I'm hoping, again, I only have to do this once. I can get it all done in one shot. Hardener there. This is some older hardener, and it's actually getting a little thicker, so I have to give it a good shake up and then get going. Hanging the rifle like this allows us to get all the way around it to get to every aspect, since every piece of it is getting painted with these colors. So this is an important factor we have to worry about. Okay. And it should be shaken up fairly well. Let's see how well it goes. Really lucky that worked out. And I am out of paint. So, this is going to have to sit for a day in order to get ready for masking. for the stripe pattern. And that's going to be fun. You let it sit for a full day. And that way the mask won't cause a problem for it. Won't lift any of the tape. Won't lift any of the paint. It gets a good harden. One of the things is don't get in a hurry. That's what we always have to be careful of. Don't get in a hurry. So, we'll see you when we get ready.
Right, we had an interesting problem happen here with my rifle. The white paint did not take to the plastic stock. I did not get it prepped properly. I thought I had. Didn't realize what it was going to take, so I had to actually strip it off. It wasn't that hard. The paint just peeled right off. So now I've got it prepped up, and we're going to go ahead and paint it.
Don't forget the safety equipment. Get some gloves on, keep the paint off your hands. The lacquer thinner used to clean it up will eat through the gloves, but it'll give you a little protection for a few minutes. We are painting this Lars Larson Kami Pinko. The bright pink ought to be pretty. Good mixed up. Check the spray pattern. And here we go.